Hey guys, it's Hydro, and I'm back with another video, and I'm going to be talking a lot about GB today, because I thought that would be nice to put over some GB gameplay that I did really well on. So here we go. So to start off, oh sorry, gotta adjust myself, because I'm on my bed right now. But to talk a little bit about GB, GB is a competitive game, or a competitive thing, where teams can come together and play against each other on ladders, like for team ladder, doubles, like 2v2, singles, 1v1 of course. And you can just compete for rank, and you can play some really great players. And it really helps your game, you can get better, and it may even, if you get like really good, you may be able to play in tournaments. Which of course you have to buy credits on MLG, or you can get sponsors to give you credits for MLG in order to play in tournaments. But I mean, if you feel that you're good enough, buy some credits, and all power to you, man. Go for it, and go into some tournaments and show them how good you are. It's a nice thing to keep in mind, though, that in GB, I'm not sure about this. Correct me if I'm wrong. I will add an annotation to answer this question if I'm not quite sure about it. But if you lose, like, or if you don't place in top 3 or top 4 in the tournament, you will not be refunded your credits. So keep in mind and be careful if you be careful what you do. But of course, I give you best of luck. Moving on to some things about maps, like in Dome in particular, the one that we're playing on. You'll hear MLG players talk about how easy or hard a certain side, like offense or defense, on a certain map is. Like, for example, Dome is really hard on offense because you can have people set up on loading docks, which is what I'm at right now, which is where I'm about to die to a barrel. But that's loading docks, by the way. That's a call out. Callouts are like telling people like certain positions on the map. It helps smoother gameplay and helps people know where they are, so you can do a lot better as a team. But people on offense can watch from loading docks or the opposite entrance, and they can lock you in there if you don't rush out fast enough, which most good teams, like the one that we're playing, locks you in pretty dang fast, so it's hard to push out. But on the flip side, on defense, it's extremely easy, because as you can see right now, I'm walking up to watch A, I peg someone with a stun, so I can just place right here, and of course I push up, being pretty stupid, but I had him double stun, so I figured why not, because the most of them were rushing out to B. So they sent one decoy to A, and I took him out pretty quickly. But we're setting up on A and B. Oh, jeez. I totally lost what I was talking about. We're setting up on to watch both entrances to the warehouses, so we can lock them in. And we did, but they did push out because our team kind of died. But in most cases, the team is extremely good, and they can watch both sides, and you'll be locked in. We're just getting, acquainted, but we do start to lock them in later in the match. Sorry for the little spoiler. Let's talk about another map that's pretty linear. Hard Hat.
Destroy the objective.
Yeah, Hard Hat. Hard Hat's pretty linear. Offense to me and defense to me is pretty easy, but of course it's all about how your team plays. Like, you can come up with strategies to overcome these like maps that are hard for certain sides. But if you really think about it, and if you played enough Modern Warfare 3, Hard Hat is pretty linear. It's pretty easy to do each side on. So it's a real solid game. You can go many different ways to the A-bomb. You can go certain ways to the B-bomb, but of course, like I said, it's about your team. But on the flip, I say flip side too much, but Hard Hat, pretty linear. Of course, depends on how your team plays. Let's see. Let's move on to the guns that people use in the competitive scene. Most people will get angry in public matches about people using, like, let's say the ACR, MP7, or PP90 in rare cases. Or, starting to be now, even the thermal L86 light machine gun is starting to become a complained in public matches gun. But people use those guns in game battles because they're the best guns in the game. They're easy to do well with, and if you're good with them, you're good with them. Trust me. But I mean, you do whatever it takes to win. But of course, there are banned things in MLG like noob tubes, which are rifle grenades for those of you who don't know, or there are motion sensors that are banned. perks like sit rep are banned because you can hear enemy footsteps and it wouldn't make for a competitive, interesting scene. And MLG does that just to make the games as close as they can and as fair as they can for other players. Like, just say, if MLG or Game Battles was just a game where people would use sit rep and crouch walk around the map, it wouldn't be fun because everybody would be crouch walking. It wouldn't be exciting. Like, if someone was shoutcasting, oh, and here comes insert name here, crouch walking. Oh, and they're about to run into each other, crouch walking, and whoever has the faster reflexes or whatever gets the kill. It's not that fun to watch, or not that fun to play for that matter, because it would be really slow paced. Now, don't get me wrong, Search can be slow paced in game battles, but it would be a lot slower paced if they allowed sit rep because people would be crouch walking around the map. And I'm glad they banned sit rep because the perk is really, really overpowered now, and I use it in pubs, but you know, I just use it because it's the only way to do well. If you're using Dead Silence and you're playing against someone who's half decent or has a headset, you'll get taken out so easily. Look at me getting knifed in the back. I didn't know that kid pushed out. That was my fault. Alright, so off with that. Let's move on to the community of Game Battles. And this is a funny one. The community of Game Battles is a bunch of dickheads, but there's a very select few amount of really nice people that understand everything. The community of dickheads, you do well with them, they dispute. You beat them, they dispute. If they're a really high-ranked team and they actually like fairly lose, they dispute. And most high-ranked teams in Game Battles have special tools that I don't know anything about this stuff, but they boot you offline. They host boot you, which is like, I guess, kicking the host of the game offline so the game drops and makes it look like they dashboarded or whatever. And
Nice work, Delta.
they just have that kind of stuff where they lag you out. And that happened to our team once, except it was a different team that we were on. We were facing these really high-ranked people, and we had them 3-3. There was one guy left, and I was shooting at him. All of a sudden, I froze, and I ended up on the other side of the map dead. And then my friend who saw him came up behind him and started shooting at him, but the kid ate bullets and then started lagging. And that's what most good teams do that. But there are some good teams that are very fair, that will take a loss when a loss is, you know, when they actually lose. And just it's nice when you run into the good people in Game Battles. They're understanding. They don't dispute when they lose like most good players do. It's really soothing, but what the really sad thing about Game Battles is more and more people are getting really good at the game, and more people are starting to dispute because they don't like to lose. Now, something I'm against is disputing, but I will dispute if I got the win and I have proof. I never dispute if I lose to some stupid reason like I got lagged out. I'll accept the loss in that case. Which is probably not really that smart of an idea, but I don't like to handle disputes where we didn't actually win, but they like lagged us out, or they dropped host when we were about to come back. It's just not a smart thing to do. I mean, never dispute, because your account will eventually get banned, or if they're a premium team, you will immediately get banned, because they'll have people that, already, what's it called? And that was a nice little two-piece to end the round. I ate bullets, but most people do eat bullets, in this game. I mean, it happens. It is what it is. You'll die, or you'll eat bullets, it's whatever happens to you, what happens. That's it about the community. To sum it up, they're pretty much dickheads. Alright, let's see. We got a minute left. Alright. So that was a little bit about the community. And all you need to know is that they're dickheads. And if you really want to get into the competitive scene, you're going to have to deal with it. I mean, it's the internet. Get used to it. I got used to it pretty quickly. That's why I never talk to people on Game Battles. Like, if they, like, invite me to a party to bitch me out, I do not join. If we beat them, they start inviting me to a party, I don't join. I'm not going to take them saying, oh, you guys suck, you guys got lucky. No, we didn't get lucky, we beat you, so shut up. But that's beside the point. Game Battles itself is fun for me. That was a pretty nice shot, too. But Game Battles itself is fun for me, though I do get angry sometimes when I'm not doing very well. But, of course, as many good players do, they take into consideration all the bullshit that happens to them. And they're like, oh my god, I could 8 bullets, which sometimes there are situations where you feel like you should have gotten the kill, but you didn't. But, you know, whatever. Oh, wow. That was a lot quicker than I thought. But that's, pretty much it about Game Battles. That's a little bit about Game Battles, actually. If you want me to talk more about it, leave some positive feedback, and I will be happy to answer your direct questions. As always, it's Hydro, and I did pretty well in this GB game. I pretty much carried them, 12-4. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a nice day.